What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. I want to put this video out because I feel like it's definitely important, especially considering what happened today within this. You got it right here. It says every second of this just gave me chills. That's exactly why I wanted to, watch this video within y'all. I do got some good news that I'm explaining each video that I put out because I know a lot of y'all typically don't click on all my videos. I know some do. Big shout out. I want to make sure I say this. I'm pretty sure it's Gator. Big shout out to Gator. You know you are. Definitely always. I'm not even gonna lie. Big shout out to Gator. This individual, I'm pretty sure that's their name on YouTube. And it's another individual, but this individual always says, always stay to end. You already know who it is. I should already have this together. But one thing about it is that I definitely love the fact that, and I can give so many people, shout outs that have been here from the get go. Y'all been here for at least over 2 years. Let me know in the comments down below. But I definitely have to say there's some good news. Somewhat. Nana's still in the hospital. If y'all didn't catch that, drop my video yesterday explaining that she's still in the hospital, stuff going on with her. But praying that she can go home within a day or two. She spent the night already and spending her second night. But twins new trend, his son, y'all know, I'm pretty sure he's under the age of 1. He had something going on with him and had to have surgery, but he did make it through a successful surgery. So big shout outs to twins new trend. Tim, twins new trend on YouTube. But big shout outs to him. Definitely got to do that. But y'all see it right here. Got Homan just got emotional while talking about the attacks on ICE agents and stormed off from the press. This is definitely pretty much deep. I read, the first line of what he said, but I want to watch this video with y'all. Check it out.
Guys, ICE agents are mom and dads too. They don't hang their heart on a hook every day to do this job. And it's just not attack on the ICE agents, it's attack on their spouses and children, and no one knows that better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even go get a quart of milk at a grocery store without a security detail. Why? Because I'm enforcing laws in this country. It's pathetic and it's disgusting.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you, Mr. Homan.
And you definitely can tell, that, how emotional he was and how sick he is, about some of the fact that people being so disrespectful and doing a lot when it comes down to people disrespecting ICE agents. Like he said, those are at the end of the day, they're still human beings. I'm gonna tell y'all like it is. At the end of the day, they're still human beings. They have families. All of them have wives, kids. So that's a lot, when it comes to it, to think about, and a lot of people don't. You have it right here. This is the man accused of deploying, a device outside of the federal building in New York City. Has been identified as Andrew Arabaka, or Arbeca, I'm pretty sure. 2 law enforcement sources have confirmed to Fox News Digital. The sources both confirmed that Arabaka had anti-ICE stuff on him at this time of the alleged attack. Literally have a video of him doing it. Pretty wild. It says FBI New York Field Office Assistant Director in Charge, James Barnacle Jr., said that Arabaka had unidentified, liquid on him, and that he put the liquid down, set some fireworks on top of it, causing a little fire. It was a big fire. If y'all look it up on X, it was a big fire. I'm not even gonna lie. Check it out, CNN.
Sources are telling us that this building behind me, 26 Federal Plaza, went into a shelter-in-place situation when this happened at about 8:30 this morning. I'm going to get out of the way so we can zoom in. You can see the investigation that's still ongoing here outside of 26 Federal Plaza. This is a building that houses immigration. It houses a bunch of other offices, including the FBI New York field office. Now, what we've learned from sources is that this person who is now in custody came up to this area where you're seeing these investigators and threw some sort of incendiary device where it just really created a plume of smoke that you can see in some video that we have. Investigators are rushing to him to arrest this person. Again, that person is in custody, and we've also just learned from sources that that person had on them pamphlets or some sort of material materials with anti-ICE sentiment written on them. So we're working to get a little bit more detail about sort of the motive behind all of this, but certainly this is something that's going to come out in the investigation. We know that the Joint Terrorism Task Force is the one leading this investigation. We've also just learned, Gloria Pezmino learning that there are three civilians who are walking in this busy area of New York City that were injured in this as well. So no major injuries, but three people with minor injuries. And of course, this could have been a lot worse if this arrest didn't happen right away, which it did. And also, of course, if this device caused an even bigger explosion. Of course, there's so many things that could have happened. But good news is this person is in custody. Investigation is well underway, and we'll continue to get more information for you.
And I know a lot of people are looking at some fact, oh, Recklezz, why didn't you post it? I don't, I know a lot of when it comes down to YouTube guidelines, but I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm trying to stay in my lane. Y'all can go check that video out on X. He definitely did as well. And I definitely say that law enforcement moved quickly. When I say quickly, they moved pretty quick and got it, pretty much under control, I can definitely say. Says 3 people sustained minor injuries after a man armed with multiple weapons started to fire outside of the immigration court in New York City. Police say the suspect is believed to be a protester with a history of anti-ICE activity. So this individual is right here. I'm not going to lie. He looks about 4'8", 4'9", in height. Very small little guy. Not to throw shots at nobody, but he does, if y'all see him right here, he is small. I'm not gonna lie. You got it right here though. This is Fox. Says suspect who set off an explosion and fire at New York City Federal Building is reportedly obviously anti-ICE, as I told y'all from the get-go. Definitely insane. And I'm pretty sure they said it was, if I'm not mistaken, the shot that he took, it was from a pellet gun, I guess. I'm not really sure, but definitely wild.
Bowens, we are tracking breaking news. You can see it right here. This is out of Lower Manhattan. You can see the smoke that's rising from the ground. The security guard walking out, and the officer, maybe a courtroom official, who's also just walked out there. This is a troubling incident outside of one of the most sensitive federal buildings in New York City this morning. It looks like fireworks apparently sparked a fire near 26 Federal Plaza in Lower Manhattan. The FDNY received a call around 8:30 this morning. This is Worth and Lafayette Streets. 2 engine companies and 2 ladder companies rushed to the scene after fireworks reportedly ignited some kind of rubbish, a garbage can, something like that. You can see this immediate quick action from emergency personnel who are down there. One person suffered a minor non-life-threatening injury. That particular person was treated at the scene but refused any further medical attention, did not end up at the hospital. The incident was closed by about 9 o'clock this morning. There are no reports.
But I feel like that's very, very so much of disgusting though, actually thinking about that and actually having even to go through that. You have so many people that are definitely being disrespectful and worse when it comes down to just so much that's been going on. Says FBI says suspect who deployed, this device outside the federal building in New York City has obviously been taken to custody. The suspect poured an unknown liquid on the ground, placed fireworks on top of it, and ignited them, causing a small fire, as they're saying. The suspect was also armed with a pellet gun. 2 people and a federal employee and a civilian suffered minor injuries. Check it out.
Around 9 o'clock this morning, a man with an incendiary device and some liquid, I don't know what the liquid was, put the liquid down, set some fireworks on top of it. It caused a little bit of a fire. He was armed with a pellet gun. 2 people were injured, 1 federal employee and 1 civilian. Minor injuries. They are both treated and released. Around 9 o'clock.
You have it right there. One thing about it is that I'm glad that everybody is okay. I definitely say everybody is okay. One thing about it, Tom Homan is not playing when it comes down to ICE being in New York City. If y'all don't know, he had a lot to say about Mamdani, and not only Mamdani, but Hakeem Jeffries as well.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the comments from Mamdani and Jeffries, but too little too late. They spent a year attacking ICE, comparing ICE. So let's abolish ICE because they're fascists. ICE are Nazis. ICE are racist. ICE is a secret police. ICE isn't a real law enforcement agency. fail to comply with ICE. I see the signs every protest resist. So look, they have educated people that they can resist ICE, and the hateful rhetoric continues, which we've had some tragedies recently because people didn't want to comply with ICE. So this is yet another example today. What happened in front of the federal buildings, another example of attacking ICE. And I'm sure if you ask that person why he did it, he can repeat the talking points I just said that you hear from Democratic members of Congress, the Democratic mayors and governors who simply want ICE to go away.
And that's honestly what a lot of individuals are constantly doing is, pushing for ICE, to go away and this, that, and the other. But there's no time for that. Me personally, I've said it before and I say it again, it's time to clean house. And that's just how I feel about it. One thing about it, and this is something that I wanted to put in here because it truly makes a lot of sense. Are Muslims taking over America? That's the big question. Y'all let me know in the comments. But while y'all doing that, let's check it out.
Are African Muslims taking over America? Well, they're certainly trying to. There's Ilhan Omar, a Muslim who was born in Somalia and whose family was part of the tribal conflicts in Somalia. Also, Omar Fateh. There's New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani. Mamdani campaigned actively for Daria Liza Avila Chevalier, who won the Democratic nomination for Congress in a New York congressional district. She's an Afro-Latina with roots in the Dominican Republic. She converted to Islam in 2018 and identifies as a democratic socialist, just like Mamdani. Michigan Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib is a Muslim with Palestinian roots. Her parents are Palestinian immigrants. In Michigan, we also find Abdul Rahman Mohammed El Sayed. And let's not forget Melat Kiros, an Ethiopian born in Addis Ababa. The striking thing about these reformers is that they all come from failed societies. Here's a partial list. Ethiopia, Somalia, Uganda, Kenya, Egypt, the Gaza Strip, Iran. These are mostly hellholes, places where no one wants to emigrate to, and where the people mostly try to figure out how to get out. That's how Ilhan Omar came here, because Somalia was racked by civil war, a war, by the way, stoked by her own family. That's why Mamdani's family didn't stay in Uganda, but escaped to America.
So he brings up the real history of Ilhan Omar, and a lot of
people know, obviously of what's going on, when it comes down to Ilhan Omar, when it comes down to Zoran Mamdani, Rashida, when it comes down to all these individuals, and what they're doing. One thing that I can say is Zoran Mamdani is, when I say messing up a lot, I'm not going to lie, and it's definitely sickening of what Zoran Mamdani is doing to New York City, and it's definitely sad of what he's doing. One thing about it, President Trump and DOJ just activated the Alien Terrorist Removal Court for the first time since 1996. So one thing about it is that it's definitely amazing. Says no more games, legal migrant terrorists and their families can now be immediately deported. Filings are sealed. Left-wing activists, judges, and DEMS officials cannot interfere whatsoever. Terrorists get zero Salem claims in these hearings. DOJ already filed its first sealed case. So one thing about it is that these things definitely have to happen, and I feel like it's definitely important. Let's check it out.
The Trump administration activates the never-before-used alien terrorist court. The DOJ submitted a historic first application this week to the Alien Terrorist Removal Court, which itself has yet to be used since its creation in 1996. The court has 5 federal judges appointed by the Chief Justice to review applications for the removal of, quote, alien terrorists. With applications submitted by the Attorney General, details of the sentencing are classified at this time, though a district judge issued a subsequent order asking the DOJ to make a more thoughtful consideration.
So like I said, this is something that's definitely important, something that I definitely love. You have it right here. When it comes down to it, I mean, this is real. You got Secretary Mullins here, and it has, Good Morning America. It's a great day for deportations, as y'all see. And me personally, obviously a lot of people are wanting it to be more and more, but one thing about it, taking more and more steps, and I definitely feel like it's something important to do. Seeing all the crime that's going on, especially, in New York City, in these different places. I mean, Minnesota, seeing what has happened there, seeing it was a shooting with that. I mean, it's just a lot of things that's been going on, and it's definitely time to clean house. Because it's not doing nothing but adding more and more fuel to the fire. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.